Okay, good afternoon. This is Tony Hayes again from Paranormal Investigation UK. Today, this is movie 191. This is the Chester investigation, long-standing investigation for those of you that have been following it on YouTube. This is a strange one. The situation with this building is that the empty room, which has been incredibly active for quite a number of months now, empty room that's been put back out to rent. It has been put up for a new tenant for some months. We're allowed to place a number of cameras in there. We've done a couple of investigations there as well, but the actual landlord now has requested that cameras be removed to make it not so much of a problem when they show tenant or potential clients about the building. So in a way, a lot of the activity is flatlined, but what we decided to do is to look back at what they call the main office, the office opposite the empty room, which is in full use. So cameras have been reinstalled there, and the situation developed on what date it says, the 20th of November, 20th being last Friday at 25 past 1 in the afternoon. The owner was alone in the building, and he's like behind the desk, just the other side of the camera, and he distinctly heard two knocks. Went to the doors, no one there, no one in the building, and no explanation for these two knocks. Now, we have been dealing with a considerable amount of knocks and raps in this building for some time. So what I asked the owner to do after I spoke to him, because he couldn't find a rational explanation for these two knocks, to do a test run of this door here. Is the main entrance into the office. There's a small sort of hallway, and then there's another door which leads onto the main landing. It's to knock these two doors, and just to see if we can duplicate the sounds. So this is what we tried to do. The indication from him, it sounded different, and on a quick review on Media Player, it certainly does. We spent a considerable amount of time of analysing these raps that have continued, and we'll probably analyse over 300 now, just to see if anything acoustically is different to when it is that we make the noise ourselves. We did a similar sort of investigation experiment back in August, September of this year, where we sampled 160 sounds that we ourselves synthetically produced within the building to see if we can get it anywhere near to these rap frequencies, and they were absolutely miles away. So we're going to see how this goes. You're going to actually go and see this live. So what we've got here is two movies. This one here, which is these knocks, which I presume is that there, or some sort of movement, and then this second one is the actual owner of the building. It's going to go around. We actually see him doing these experiments. So let's get straight into it. So what we're going to actually do is it's two reviews of noises, really, and particularly these knocks, to see if we can find a rational reason behind it, or it goes back into the folder of unexplained. We're learning about these raps all the time, and this just adds to the substance of the sheer amount of evidence that this building is producing. So let's get straight into this. I'll leave the video screen there while we actually listen to this. I'm just going to bring a spectrum analyzer up there to see what that's doing. and I'll explain what it is that I'm actually looking for. Yeah, it's about a minute long. I think some EQ. All I'm going to use this for is just amplification, to be honest. They're the ones. The movement after is the owner going to find out who's at the door to find no one's actually there. There. You see, quite loud there. I'm actually going to turn the volume down to normal. That's normal amplification now, no increase whatsoever. Just there. See if we can get a fix on that. There we go. These are the frequencies that the owner is probably getting up off his desk moving, that type of thing. This is the one we're interested in here, this low frequency. So what I'm actually going to do with this is I'll delink. Okay, it's already delinked, so I'm actually going to get rid of this particular movie. There's nothing on the movie at all. I'm just going to copy and paste that. Get rid of that. And pop it in there. So that's just the sound that we're interested in. There. Right, okay. What we're going to do now is look into this one. This is where they've actually sampled. Again, I'll bring the screen up and we're going to see if we can get anything like the frequency of these knocks that they've experienced.
First of all, the internal door.
Let's go back.
First of all, the internal door.
Yeah, it's completely different. You can actually see these reflections. See these. Let me just get the average and I'll explain what I mean by this.
This is the front door.
These little cliffs, or little mountains I should say, their reflections make a sound. It hits objects such as the wall, ceiling, fanning cabinet, whatever, and sound comes, depending on what surface it hits, how much frequency it soaks up, the sound actually reflects backwards and you get this very distinctive reflection of sound. And which way you look at this one here, what you see is no reflection. Bang. There. Nothing at all. This is very similar to what we encountered with these wraps.
First of all, this is the internal door.
So this is the internal door, as he's mentioned. Completely different. That's what I would expect. Right, he's walking
Front
down.
door.
Let me just come off that a second. For real
Front
time.
door.
Again, you can see it's completely different again. There's also quite a lot of bass frequency
This is the
there.
wall. It sounds like a thud. Which didn't quite sound like that.
Those that you use these cameras, what you'll probably notice now is there is a delay when he hits the wall to when you hear it. This is latency. This is the process of the camera trying to keep up with the video. So what you see is about a second and a half gap between you hitting the wall and then you actually hearing it.
It sounds like a thud. Which didn't quite sound like that.
Okay, see that? Yeah, it's completely different. Still reflections, as you can see here. I'm going to go into average now. This just works out the average frequency that you can
This is the
see.
wall. It sounds like a thud.
Again there.
This is the wall. It sounds like a thud. It sounds like a thud.
Yeah, completely different when you compare to that. There. Okay. Well, I can say without question, neither the two doors or the wall have been struck. Not by a human hand anyway. I'm not suggesting for a moment that it's definitely paranormal, but we're finding this all over the building when we're getting unexplained raps, knocks and thuds. When we try to synthetically produce the same frequency, we're completely miles away. The difference in frequency is absolutely huge. Almost like chalk and cheese. There, got 100 to about 120 hertz. That is it. And then you get to the doors, 50 to 1500 hertz. Likewise with the other door. There, massive spread of frequency. And likewise, let me just stop that, back off a second.
Sound like a thud.
Okay, he's talking there. See, completely different. Very, very strange.
Like that. Like that.
There you go. That is so strange. What is making that sound? Is it projected sound? The reason why we don't get any reverberation. It's still sound at the end of the day. We can hear it. Obviously Andy, the owner, business owner, he heard it. What's causing that to not so distinctive? It's like somebody's knocking the door, and clearly it's not a door, it's not the wall. and we have tried this before, and I just don't understand what on earth is going on there. So add it into the strange one of Chester building. Okay, thank you. See you on the next video.